Hello everyone and welcome back to Star Bricks. Today we're taking a look at this, the Hoth Rebel Personnel Transport, and the gun that goes on top. We're going to be taking a look at how to build this. If you haven't seen the video looking at it, it's right above you, and you can watch it now. But let's get right into it right now. Starting off, we have the very front section. Now, this section is fairly complicated. You have lots of pieces going all different directions, but just follow the instructions and you should get where you need to go. Now, that sword is a very unique piece for the antenna. You can find it in several Ninjago sets, but you could use any color that you wanted if you have a different color sword. Now we're moving on to the front underside section. These are the running lights. You don't have to include them, but I find them interesting in the long run. This is the seat section. Now, this section is fairly easy, but make sure you put all the clips the correct way, or else it won't fit together. I even messed up in my own building. And now we're moving on to the back undercarriage. Make sure you include the running lights. That is one effect that I certainly liked in this cruiser speeder personnel transport. Now, this clipped section is going to be the rear flap that can allow people in and out. So make sure you follow the instructions precisely. And now we just attach them all together. It's a fairly simple construction. Putting on the front, you can see it just clips right in and snaps into place. Now we're moving on to the front side. This is the part with an angled plate. Should be fairly easy for you to figure out. And also the controls. Now, the rear engine section, one of the more interesting parts of this build. That clip will go on to connect to the upper turret part. And the famous lights at the very end. And here we go with the exact same thing, but for the other side. You're just going to see the exact same construction mirrored, except for a few pieces that are slightly different. Just follow the instructions and you'll be good to go. And the rear. That's that clip that connects the gun to the main body. And now we are working on the first of the sides. This is the first big section that we have, and it's kind of hard to see the pieces since they're all so white. But you might need to pause the video if you're making this at home so you can see it better. It's pretty simple though, and you can really add any colors that you want on the underside. I just preferred the white. But let's just look at this. And the other side will be the exact same. All you have to do is move that one stud outcropping to the opposite side so that you can mirror image replicate it, just like I did here. Now let's do the assembly. First, I would put on the front sections. They're pretty easy to snap on. Then I would put on the rear sections. They have two connectors, one on the rear and one on the side. And finally, just snap in the sides and then make sure they're connected all the way on the bottom. Now, one thing is to make sure that all of these are snapped in completely, because if they're not, it won't be as stable. Connect the black hinges to the control panel. This adds the armrests. Now we're working on the gun. If you don't want to make the gun, you don't have to follow this part. Previously, we have already finished everything that you need for the actual transport. I think the gun adds a little bit. Even though it's not canon, it does look cool. So if you don't want to make it, you just skip ahead to the end of the video. But if you do, please stick around. This engineering part was quite fragile, so you're going to have to be careful if you're playing rough with this. However, it's very easy to fix, and you shouldn't need to look at the instructions any more than once to figure out how it works. And it just snaps right in after removing the two bottom rear pieces and putting them back on. And now that's complete. Let's get on to the turret. We have the front sloping feature, and the start of the cannons. Now, this gun does look a little bulky. You can design any kind of gun you want as long as it fits on a 2x2 swivel plate. As long as it fits there, it's going to fit on the main turret. As we keep going on, you can see how the sides are made. Make sure you put the teeth facing down. I made that mistake here. And the sides. They just snap right in, and they shouldn't ever fall out unless you're really throwing this thing around, at which point a lot of stuff is going to fall apart. And you'll see now I flip it upside down. Onto the cannons, it's just two long tubes filled with connectors and pipes and all kinds of different things in order to add little bits of texture and element. Make sure you make two of these the exact same way and snap them into place. Then snap the turret on wherever you would like, and we're done. Once you clip it on, that's about all we have. Now, you're allowed to use this mock, remember, just like all Starbricks mocks, as long as you give credit where credit is due. If you want to check out the video that looks into all the functions, you can do that right now once again. Thank you all for watching and supporting Starbricks. We're almost to 125 subscribers. Until next time, this has been Starbricks.